Remember this? Remember this? Remember this, Marcus? Remember this, people? We have seen it again. Marcus Rashford celebrating a brace after scoring his first goal for Barcelona and doing a big one in his return to the Champions League since 4 years ago. It is magnificent. I am so happy for Marcus Rashford. The goal that he scored, that strike, was ridiculous. You understand? It was ridiculous, and Hansi Flick is a brilliant manager, understanding the way Newcastle plays, understanding that Marcus Rashford has so much experience in playing that type of football, understanding that the game was going to end up in the idea of it being transitional game. And we absolutely saw him bring on Marcus Rashford. And to me, that was absolutely where the mastermind started. I was not privy to your game, Hansi. I was not privy to your game, so I have to give it respect. But let's start talking about the game. Let's give a breakdown of what we saw and how we can enjoy it. So without further ado, make sure you guys hit that button and turn on your notifications before we get this party started. Let's go. So it starts in the first half. Newcastle pressed aggressively, creating the better of the early chances. Although through Anthony Gordon and Harvey Barnes, they could not find the back of the net. Barca then controlled the possession for 61%, but was second best in the chance quality. In the second half, Jules Koundé delivered a pinpoint cross to Marcus Rashford's head, who rose up unmarked and buried the header past Nick Pope. If there's one thing Marcus Rashford knows how to do, is he knows how to score against Premier League sides. And it was absolutely good to see him do it yet again. Marcus Rashford then goes on in the 67th minute to double the lead. Bear in mind, in this build-up, I was crying to my TV saying, pass the ball to Rafinha, because I saw the run from Rafinha and Marcus Rashford ignored me. As he should. He's the professional after all. As he should. He ignored me, smacked the ball so hard that the goalkeeper could not even stand. He smacked the ball so hard, it hit under the net, under the bar, and got into the net. And it was one of the most perfect goals that I've seen in a long time for Marcus. I am so glad that Marcus Rashford is happy again, playing football in the best of his abilities. That is the way we want to see it. That right there is the person we saw in Carrington. That right there is the person that we saw waiting in the bus, or waiting for the bus to go to Carrington and play football. That right there is Marcus Rashford, and I'm glad to see that. But then Newcastle then pulled one back in the 90th minute via Gordon, but Barca had already managed the closing stages well. It was good. It was a really good way for Hansi Flick to get 3 points. All he wanted to do was get the 3 points, and I'm glad to see that. I'm glad to even know that, because it's not just about style of play. Sometimes it's about just winning the game. And somebody needs to go tell Ruben Amorim, because it would have done us a lot of justice, a lot of good, if Ruben understands that, bruh, I just need to win. You understand me? But let's keep on going, though. Let's keep on going. Now, we're going to be talking about the tactical part about this game. Hansi Flick's side used Pedri and Frankie de Jong to dictate the tempo, forcing Newcastle to chase about the pitch. Guess what? Newcastle loves chasing about the pitch. That's why they bought the likes of Anthony Elanga. They have the likes of Anthony Gordon, Bruno Guimaraes, Joel Linton. They literally use physical strength and physicality to play football. And that is Eddie Howe. That is who Eddie Howe is. And it's good. It's good, don't get me wrong, it works perfectly. But when it comes to somebody that also works hard, but also has the technical ability, you lose almost every time. You get me? You lose almost every time. Newcastle's high octane press worked early, but left gaps for Marcus Rashford to exploit in transition, and that he did. If you do not know anything about Marcus Rashford, there's nothing he loves more than a transitional defense. Nothing he loves more than a transitional attack from him, because that is where he does his most damage. Ask Trent Alexander-Arnold. He knows very well about it. You understand? Ask the Premier League wingers, even Trippier. He knows very well about Marcus Rashford doing these things to so many Premier League defenders. And it was beautiful to see that he got it in his locker. It was beautiful to see that he still got it. And bro, seeing this one more time, seeing this with a smile on his face, seeing this with the passion, nothing better, man. Nothing better. Nothing better makes me happy to see Marcus Rashford enjoying his football. Now let's go to the next game that was very, very interesting to me. It is Manchester City versus Napoli. We can't go any further without talking about the machine Haaland. Bros, I want you guys to pay attention. This guy is a joke. Erling Haaland is a joke. Erling Haaland becomes the fastest player in the history to reach 50 Champions League goals, doing it in just 49 matches. Do you get what I'm saying? 50 goals in 49 games in the Champions League. Oh, I wish he could score in a final. That would make things very, very better. He'll make his case very, very good. But then you look at the way the game started. It started really bad for Napoli. Napoli captain Giovanni Di Lorenzo was sent off in the 21st minute for a last man foul on Erling Haaland. Now, do I think that that should be a foul and a red card? No. I think he went for the ball, did not get the person, and I think it should have been a yellow card. Now, don't get me wrong, I understand professional fouls and I understand why it's a red card, because he's literally obstructing a goal or denying a goal opportunity right there. So I understand that. But it just absolutely made the game worse. It made Napoli go sit deep and relying on Vanja Milinkovic-Savic. By the way, trivia for people that do not know. Vanja Milinkovic-Savic was meant to be a Man United player at one point. Things just did not go well, and so he did not join Man United. And then we keep on. He was absolutely heroic in the first half, doing everything he can, everything he could to absolutely make sure that they were in the game. Now, it did not work in the second half because Phil Foden absolutely scooped a gorgeous ball over the defense. Haaland looped a header beyond the goalkeeper and he couldn't do anything. And at that point, the game is open. The game is open because Napoli now has to try to get 3 points, try to get a point, try to score back. But then you see the likes of Jeremy Doku dancing past two defenders like he did against Luke Shaw. Nutmeg the goalkeeper to seal the win. Bro, Jeremy Doku just came into the season with full of strength, full of anger, and full of straight up passion. And I'm excited to see it. I'm glad to see it. You get me? I'm glad to see it. And when you look at the tactical notes about this situation, City had 70% of possession, suffocated Napoli on every way possible. With Rodri controlling the midfield, Foden positioning in between the lines and creating overloads and passing lanes for the likes of Haaland. Napoli's 10 men couldn't sustain the transitions. Conte's sides went into damage control after the red card. And I know Di Lorenzo is kicking himself after this game. I know for a fact. 2 strikers, 2 statements. Marcus Rashford proving he's still elite. Haaland proving he's inevitable. Which performance impressed you guys more? Down in the comments, I want to see it. The rebirth in Barcelona or the record breaker in Manchester? Let's talk. Let's talk down in the comments. Make sure you guys hit that like button, hit that follow button if you haven't. I want to see you guys down in the comments. Turn on your notifications so you do not miss anything that we do here on Pillar Sports. I love you all. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.